Hey guys, this is Rahul here. Am I audible to all of you guys? All right. So, good morning, good evening. I hope all of you guys are doing good. So, welcome to the session. And today we are going to talk about Tableau for data science. It's an amazing software for data visualization, and it helps us to tell the story from the data, right? For example, let's say I have huge amount of data set, and human brain is designed in a way that it understands the charts rather than the data. So we need some software, we need some data visualization software which will help me to do that. And there, Tableau, Power BI, Click, these softwares comes into picture. So today we are going to talk about Tableau, the power of Tableau. We'll try to solve some use case. Now in this PPT, there are two use cases. I am not going to solve that use case because we are talking about a lot of things on coronavirus. So I will use a data set which is publicly available on corona data, and we'll try to solve that. The agenda for this session is what is data visualization, why Tableau, what is Tableau, what is data science, and then as I mentioned, we'll talk about one of the use cases on COVID-19 pandemic. Now, what is data visualization? So basically, when we have a huge amount of data set, then I want to get the information. So when I want the information from the data set, we require some visuals, because let's say I have this data set. Let me open this data. I'll open the COVID data only. So let's open this WHO data. And from this data set, I want to know how many cases are there in Afghanistan till today. Right? By seeing the numbers, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for me to understand. But obviously, when we'll create a chart, it will make more sense to me to actually able to get the insights from the data. So the main benefit of data visualization is it helps me to access the data, which is a huge volume of data, into the visuals. Also, it helps me to understand the pattern. For example, if you see this chart. Now here, by seeing this table, I will not able to answer whether there is a relation between X and Y or not. However, when I see this chart, I will able to understand, yes, there is a relation between this first data where X is increasing, Y is increasing as well. In second data, there is no relation as such. In third data, there is a relation, but there is one outlier as well. And in fourth data, there is no relation as such. So from the chart, how quickly we are able to understand the data is what the main benefit of any data visualization software. So basically the benefit of the visual analytics is nothing but better decision making, obviously, right? If we able to get the data in a visual form, it will help me quickly take the decisions. Okay, this, for example, let's say I want to talk about sales. Let's say, okay, in this particular region, the sales is not good. Maybe this is the reason. So let's fix that. So by visuals, it make things very fast. Better sense of risk, better customer relationships, better key strategy initiative, better financial performance. So these are the benefits which we will get. And again, people are talking about data science, people are talking about machine learning and a lot of things, right? People always ask, the professionals who are upgrading themselves, they always ask, what is the future of data visualization? Obviously, there is a future because data is growing day by day. And if data is growing day by day, I need visuals, right? I need the charts. I need the digestible visuals, which I will be able to use for my analysis. So scope is always there, and it will be there always because it will help me to basically analyze the data. Data is growing day by day exponentially, right? Data is a fuel of 21st century, and it is growing exponentially. So obviously, it's gonna help. Now there is a question how it is helping customer relationships. For example, let's say I want to see how my customer call center is performing. Let's say I have a call center where my team is helping customers to solve the problem. Now I will create a dashboard which will help me to, what do you say, which will help me to understand how many tickets created by the customer, what is the resolution time, why this ticket is taking more time, all those things, right? So from there, we'll able to understand that how it's gonna help the customer, because obviously if one of the customer call center executive is not performing better, so obviously my customer may not be happy with the services, so I have to take some action. So all those things comes into it. So see, data is growing, and again, it can be useful for any type of domain, right? Whether it is customer relationship, whether it is increasing my sales, whether it is, let's say, if I'm talking about the education industry, how better I can give my knowledge to you guys. All those things matters a lot, right? Suppose I take this session and I get some information from the, like, let's say I'll share one feedback form, and if he will give some feedback which I have to improve on, so obviously I will take it as a positive and I will try to improve that, right? So that is a data which was generated through this webinar, and then I am trying to improve that so that next professionals who will attend the sessions will be more comfortable, will be more happy. So data is the fuel, and again, it is gonna increase. It is increasing, right? Because of the cost of saving the data. If I talk about Amazon Web Services and so on, right? So I can store lots and lots of data, so it's in a few dollars, and that is the main benefit. Second is the processing power. Earlier, when I purchased my first desktop when I was in school, the RAM was 512 MB RAM, and now we are talking about 16 GB, 32 GB RAM, right? So the processing power increased drastically. That is why this data science, machine learning, all those things now coming up in picture, because these are like old technologies, and now it's going to implement because of the processing power. So because of all these things, obviously my data is also generating drastically, right? If I talk about Facebook, if I talk about Twitter, if I talk about any random social websites, there are a lot of apps available. How much data are we generating? It's huge, and we can use that data and try to analyze that data, come up with the insights, right? So in politics also, people are using it these days, and they try to understand what is the pain points and where we can market ourselves and so on. This is the data visualization flowchart, where it helps me understand that we can get the data from different data sources. It can be either credit card, then website, then apps, and various different sources we get the data from, and then we analyze that data, and then finally we visualize the data. Now, question arises: why Tableau? Why Tableau is in demand? So again, first of all, Tableau is a company and acquired by Salesforce last year, and now they are coming up with some amazing products, amazing, I would say, solutions which they are going for, and it's an amazing thing. And two big giants, Tableau and Salesforce, combining together and trying to come up with a amazing product, and you will see a lot of cool things coming in future as well. The main benefit of Tableau is it is intuitive platform, interactive visuals. We'll see that in some time. Quick production time, because it's a plug and play. I don't have to develop, right? These days, companies also doing, like, they are creating a generic dashboards and then trying to sell that as a product. Suppose I have a Tableau software, I create some mock-up data, and then I create some cool data visuals, and then I will show that to the customer, and I will say that, okay, this is the dashboard which I have created, and you can very well use this dashboard as your reporting solutions. So in that case, you just have to give me the data in this format. And again, if you don't have the data in that format, then my ETL team will take care of that, and they will generate the data as per my requirement, and then it's just a plug and play. The report is already ready. You just have to plug that data, and the new data which you will get is of your company. So it's a plug and play solution. There are a lot of companies, they are now giving the plug and play solution, already created dashboards, and then trying to sell that to the market. It's a flexible software. You'll see the flexibility. We'll see I can connect to a lot of different data sources, and I can integrate with Python, I can integrate with R, and a lot of amazing things we can do using Tableau. Now, what is Tableau? It's a software company, as I mentioned, which produces interactive data visualization products focused on business intelligence. Tableau helps the world's largest organizations unleash the power of their most valuable assets, that is their data and their people. allows the customers to spend more time on data analysis and less on data wrangling. Data wrangling is nothing but data cleaning type of processes. So Tableau has its own product, which is known as Tableau Prep, helps to clean the data as well. Now, what is data science? Now, people are talking about data science, and data science is like a sexiest job of 21st century, and a lot of things people are saying. Now, what it is actually, right? So basically, when we have an understanding of business, right? When we know business, for example, let's say my most of the experience is into a banking domain and retail domain and little bit of telecom domain as well. So I have an idea about the business, like the terms like CASA statement and balance sheet and a lot of things, right? So that business knowledge is very much important as a data scientist, because you as a data scientist will connect with the business, and business will talk in terms of business. Business will not talk in terms of technicals. Like I want to create a table where I will have the financial information going on and all those things. So it will not be very much technical discussion. It will be on functional type of discussion. So obviously the functional idea you should aware of. So as and when you are growing in your career, when you start connecting with the clients, when you start working on a single domain, then domain knowledge will automatically comes up, and that will be like steady process. It will not be learned in few days. It will take some time. Plus statistics. So you should have a good understanding of statistics, where I can do some, I would say, statistical learning on the data. I can do that, inferential statistics and other stuffs, and a good knowledge of programming as well, right? So Python is one of the best programming language in the market people are using as of now, because it has an amazing set of libraries available, which deals with all the data science work. So that is one of the best software, I would say, programming language which we have. So these are the three things which we should aware of. The combination of all these things will make you a data scientist, or I can say available for data science jobs. So as mentioned in the PPT, it is called data-driven science. It is an interdisciplinary field about scientific methods, processes, and systems to extract knowledge or insights from a data in various forms, either structured or unstructured data. Right, so this is like the life cycle of data science project. For example, you will have the business requirement, and then you will get the data acquisition will happen. All the data you will acquire from different data sources. Then data processing will happen. You'll clean the data and make the structured data, and all those things will happen here at this stage. Then data exploration. Then you will explore the data, try to understand the data, what's going on, how it is there any relation between the variables, all those things we will discuss here during the project. Then we'll create the model where I want to apply the model building, and then finally deployment. I will deploy the model, and that's it. That's my end of the stage. So this is like the entire cycle. Now, where data science can be used? Name any industry where data is not present. Data is present everywhere, no matter what the industry is. Data is present. And obviously, if data is present, then we will have to apply data science there. All right. So this is about the data science, the understanding of data science, how it is. And now this is the data which we are going to use. We'll try to play around with this data. Like it has around 23,000 records. We'll have to understand this data. We'll have to create some visuals from this data. If you see here, I have object ID, then I have country name, I have date, then I have new case, cumulative case, new deaths, and cumulative deaths. So basically the columns which I'm interested in: country name, then date, new case, new death, and cumulative deaths. And we'll connect this data set. Now Tableau has various products, and the product which we are going to use is Tableau Desktop, where we will actually create the visuals. All right. Now here, if you see the source file is a comma separated value file. It's a CSV file, right? It's a CSV file, comma separated value file. So in Tableau, it is a text file. So when we have a CSV file, then it is actually a text file in Tableau. I'll connect here. Here's the data set. Once I click, and you will get the data out here. Now, if you see the very first page, I did not explain the first page. I'll go to the first page again, and you can see that I have a professional edition of the software, and I can connect to various different data sources. As I mentioned, it has like very flexible. I can connect to any data source. If you see here, name any database which you know and it is not present here. Everything is present here, right? So that is the power of this software. The connectivity which we have with different data sources is amazing. Now here, this is my data set. Now in here, I see that this column, this column, this column, I don't want these columns, right? This is not making any sense to me. I don't actually want this. In fact, these columns also I don't want. I don't want these columns. It's not gonna help me. The only columns which I'm interested in, this country name, then date, new come cases, and so on. If I hide, here it is, and then if I hide here also, I will just select the columns and then I will hide these columns as well. Now we have ADMO name, then we have date, then we have new case, cumulative case, new deaths, and cumulative deaths. Right, this is the HDX website. Here you get all the data, and the dashboard is also created by someone here, which you can see. This is my entire dashboard. You see how this darker the blue and all those things, right? It helps me understand that how bad the condition is. India is also very much in difficult stage now, right? It's and this showing the total cases. So a lot of things they have created. You can see here how visuals is helping me. It is helping me to understand how the trend is, right? What's going on over the period of time. So we'll try to create some of the visuals and we'll see that how the trend is going on, how the trend in India, how the trend in different countries. We'll see that. So here is the data, and now I'll go to sheet one. And what I will do first of all, I'll just rename this, right? I don't want this ADMO name and date. I'll give some logical name. So obviously this is my country name. So I'll just put country name and this date EPICRE. Let's make it date simple, right? Date and then new case, cumulative case, new death, cumulative death. That is fine. No changes required here. Now, country name. Now, I want to create a map. I want to create a map chart, and for that, I require one of the geo dimensions, right? Because if you see here in Show Me, you can see that to create a map, I require a geo. If you see below out here, when I'm hovering on the maps, you see that I require a geo dimension, geographic dimension. And country is a geographic dimension, obviously. But as the source name was ADMO name, because of that, Tableau did not able to understand that it is a geo dimension, right? So I have to explicitly make this particular column as a geo dimension. For that, what I will do is I'll directly go to the country name, right click, and there is an option of Geo Roll. And from here, I can select it's a country slash region. I click on this, and once I click on this, you can see that latitude and longitude is generated by Tableau itself, right? So it helps me to generate the latitude and longitude. And you see that this country name is now looks like a globe. That means it's a geo dimension. And now when I drag this country name in here, Tableau will automatically understand that, okay, these are the different locations we have. Tableau is not able to understand four locations. There are four unknowns which Tableau is not able to understand. So I click on this four unknowns, click on this edit location, and I see this option coming in. Now, obviously, this other, I also don't know what it is. So obviously, I cannot fix this particular data because other means what they meant. We are also not sure. We can get the details from the business and we will understand. But as of now, I'm not sure, so I will not give anything here. But if I go to this United Kingdom, obviously I'll click on the drop down, and if I'll write United Kingdom, you see this United Kingdom here, and in the data it was the United Kingdom, right? So that is the difference. Because of that, Tableau did not understand. Now here I see Northern Mariana Island. So if I click on this, I see in Tableau it is Northern Mariana Island present. And here you see this, because THE is written here, the Commonwealth of THE is written. That is why the difference is. I'll just click it here. And the next is occupied Palestinian territory. So for this, I have to see like what it is. I'll click on this. I see whether I have some value or not. Palestinian territory is there, right? So I'll just click on this, and this is also fixed. I click OK. So I have one unknown, obviously, because it was other. So I don't know. So I'll just hide this indicator. Now, how to start working on the Tableau? How to get the Tableau? You can go to Tableau. Software is 14 days free trial period. So I want this. Obviously, after 14 days, you will not able to play around with Tableau desktop professional version, but you can go with this link public.tableau.com, and you can download Tableau Public. Obviously, it's a free of cost, no cost associated with it, but with some limitations. But for training purposes, this is sufficient, because the limitations are I cannot connect to databases and all, right? So those are the limitations which will not be there in the professional edition. So, but I think we are okay, because we want to create the visuals from Excel file, text file. Public can help me to do that, so I'm okay with that. Now, what I'm looking for here, I'm looking for total number of cumulative deaths, right? Now, if I go and check the data set, first of all, if I take Afghanistan, if I select this cumulative column, then what will happen? It will sum up all the values, and which is wrong, right? Because till this date, till 6th of March, the total number of cases were 1. Then it became 3. So total is cumulative 4. So if I want the cumulative cases, then I have, if I select all these values till the June, you can see that it will gonna give me wrong information. It is giving me around 7,27,000, which is wrong, because the total number of cases which I have is 28,000. It's nothing but 21st of June. So what I will do, I'll just apply a filter. I'll apply a filter on the date, and I know that the data which I have is till 21st of June. So I'll just select 21st of June, so that I'll get the cumulative value, which is nothing but 28,000. So what I'll do here, I'll just go to the date and apply in the filter. And here I'll go with month, day, and year. And I'm interested in last date, which is 21st of June. So I'm applying the filter, because I know that 21st of June is the last date. And when I'm picking up the cumulative column, then this will be the last updated value of total number of cases in this particular country, and for other countries as well. So what I'll do, I'll just click on this 21st of June. Now the filter is applied on this, and then I'll just drag this cumulative case, let's say in the color. And now if I see in the Afghanistan, now where is Afghanistan? We need to search. It is somewhere here, Afghanistan. You see, 28,833, and that is what the number of cases are. Absolutely perfect. So now in any country, in India it is 4,10,000. So this is like the total number of cases we have in India. In US we have 22 lakhs. In China we have 84,000, and so on. So that is how you can able to get the latest information. It is showing me the cumulative value. Now this cumulative value is like the current day total number of cases. I can modify the color as well. Let's say I'm interested in some darker type of color. So let me go with the gray and apply. And again, I will have the step size. Let's say I want 3 steps. So this is like worst impacted country because of the maximum cases. Then Brazil, and then all the countries are giving the same color, because all are in some range, right? So India and Pakistan all are in same color. So I can very well go and maybe try to have some more steps, so that some color. Now in Russia again, you see it's a darker color because it's around 5 lakhs cases. If I have one more step, then maybe some countries may have different color, right? So you can see. So let's go with the 4 ideal color. I think 4 looks fine. 4 steps are fine. So these are the colors. Now what I'm looking for is, here I have total number of cases, but I want to know total number of deaths as well, cumulative deaths, right? So when I will drag this death also, it will give me the deaths as well. What I'll do, I'll drag this longitude next to longitude. I'll have two maps. What I'm looking for is, this map should show me the total number of cases, and this map should show me total number of deaths. So I'll go now. You see here two options coming in. One is all. Then we have this. This part is for the left chart, and if I click on this part is for the right chart. I'll remove this number of cases, cumulative cases, and what I'll do is I'll put this total number of deaths in the size. You see here, bigger the circle, more deaths; smaller the circle, less deaths. Also, I'll put this death in the color as well. So darker the color, obviously more deaths. Lighter the color, then it's less deaths. I can increase the size because I see a lot of small dots. So I'll just increase the size a bit so that the dots will be coming up properly. I can change the color. I want this as a red. So I'll just edit the color, go to the red and click OK. If you want, I can reduce the step size. Let's say I want 3 steps only. So I'll just click, and done. I have 3 types of colors. I'll go to the color, reduce the opacity a bit. You see, I'm making things lighter, and also I will have the border so that it will be highlighted properly. Now, suppose I don't want the circle. I don't want this circle. I want something else. I want coronavirus shapes. I'll go to the shape here and click on this more shapes, and here I'll click on this icon, right? You see this icon, which is a corona icon. Click on this, and now you can see that yes, it is giving me the shapes as well. And let's say I'll remove the color. So what will happen, it will actually show me the actual figure. So bigger the virus, that means more number of cases; smaller the virus, that means less number of cases. Now what I'm looking for is, I want this particular chart. This particular chart I want to put on top of this chart, right? I want to put this chart on top of this chart. There is a concept of dual axis. I'll click on this, and there is an option of dual axis. I'll just click it, and you can see that I get the chart here, where I have that the country color is like the total number of cases, and the size of the virus is total number of deaths. I'll increase the size a bit if you want, so that it will be more clearer, and you can see that how things are impacted across the globe. All right. So that is my first chart, which is helping me to understand that how things are over the period of time, like over the period of time to the different countries, and I can able to see that. Now, from this data set, I can have some day-to-day type of chart as well, because I have the date dimension, and I have the cases as well, new and new cases, new deaths, right? So I can create over the period of time the timeline type of chart as well. So let's say I click on this, and I'll drag this date out here, and I'll make this as a day, because the data which I have is at the day level. I'll make it as a day, and I'll just drag the new case, and you can see that over the period of time, this is the trend, right? This is the trend. And suppose I want to know about the countries, I can drag the countries as well, and this is gonna give me the country, and this is like Brazil. It's over the period of time increasing drastically. And here if I check on, let's say in India, so here, this is the trend in India, how it is moving over the period of time. There are some negative values as well. I'm not sure how it is negative two. Maybe there are some data issues, but this negative values also I see, right? Which is maybe because of the data issues we will have. Trend line. So basically, I'll just remove this, and I'll drag this date out here. Okay. Now in here, I'll drop down, you will see two options. One is like year, quarter, month, day, and month. Again, year, quarter, month, day, and month. I'll go with a below date because I want month and year both together. So I'll click on this day and I'll just drag the total number of cases out here, and this will give me the total cases. It's a trend line, which is helping me understand that how the trends are. And then I can have the country name and the color. If you want to see at the level of country, I can just drag the country as well. Now, this is like China. China was initially going up, and then after that, it's flattened the curve. And then what else? So this is about over the period of time, the total number of cases, right? Same way, I want to see total number of deaths as well, how the things are, right? I want to see. I click on this and I'll drag this date out here. Let's make it again a day and then total number of deaths. And you can see that the deaths are at this point in time, it was very high around 17th April. Then things are going down. It's slowing down. And again, we saw that, like we saw in the news as well, that death rate is reduced drastically. So we see that is happening in the data as well. And if I put that by the country name, I'll just have this, and then let me click on India. Let's see how things are moving in India. So here you see there is a sudden up and then it's going down. On I think few days back there was a huge number, huge spike coming in. So that is what you see here as well. The worst country is US as of now because of more tests and everything is happening. So let's see what's going on there. So United States of America, I think this, yeah. So here you can see it's a yellow line. It's a peak. Now here also we can do some type of animations. For example, see a lot of things can be done in Tableau, but I'll just show you that. I'll remove this country name and I see this trend coming in. What I'll do is I'll drag this date in the page. There is a page self which is helping me to create the animation, and I'll make this as a day because my data is at the day level, right? This is the circle. I'll make this as a circle and I'll just increase the size of it. Okay, and then I'll just click on show history, which is the button here, and click on marks. Let's click on both. That's fine. And then this is the option which will help me to do the animation. I'll click on this button, and here you see something is moving. Let me click on this dot. Here we go, and start the animation. Let me increase the speed a bit so that it will make more sense to you guys. You see how things are moving over the period of time. Here we go, here we go. Beautiful. It's going, deaths are increasing. We have to worry about it. It's going up, and then oh, it's going down, then again up, down. It's going, and so on. You can see that the animation is happening as well, which is helping me understand that how the trend is over the period of time. All right. So this is about the animations also we can do in Tableau, and here it stopped. So this is the trend. Now you want it to start again. So there is an option. I can just click on this drop down, and there is an option of loop playback. So that means once the animation will over, it will start again. Right? It will never stop till the time you stop it. So this will gonna happen till the time you will not stop this. Automatically it will execute. We'll see that once it ends, and then we'll see whether it will start again or not. So that is how we can do the animations. Now, what else can be done? Now let's say I'll come back to this map, and what I want is I want to write some logic. I want to write a logic, let's say based on the deaths, maybe, right? I'll create one simple table first of all. I have the country name and I have the cumulative death, and I'll have this as a filter because I want the latest day, right? Because it's a cumulative, right? So I'll go with the maximum day. So these are the deaths happened in different countries. Now what I'm looking for is I want to write a logic. Now you see that in United States the deaths are maximum, and in India it's 13,000 and so on. So I want to write a logic if the deaths are more than let's say 30,000, right? If the deaths are more than 30,000, then make it as red zone. Then I want to segregate the data. If the deaths are more than 30,000, make it as red zone. If the deaths are between 10,000 and 30,000, then make it as a orange zone. And if deaths are less than 10,000, then make it as, I would say, a green zone, right? So that type of logic I want to write. So if I'll create a calculated field, because I have to write a logic, and let's say zones, right? I'll give the name as zones, the field name as zones, and then I'll write a logic where I will write if what? If we are talking about cumulative deaths, if cumulative deaths are more than 30,000, then what? Then it's a red zone. Else, if cumulative deaths are more than equal to 10,000 and cumulative deaths are less than equal to 30,000, then orange zone. Else what? Else obviously it's a green zone. So green zone. Okay. So that is the logic which I have written based on, let's say business says that that's my requirement. Can you please do that? And that's what I'm doing here. I wrote the logic. Now I click OK. You see that the new field is created, which is zones. I'll drag this out here, and you see that it is helping me to, and that as per the logic only it happened, right? Cases more than 30,000, yes, red zone, then orange zone, and then all green zones. Beautiful. But now I want to show that in here. I want to show that in here. When I hover on the country, it should able to show me the zones. I'll make some changes out here. What I'll do is I'll just remove the country name. I have this 3 zones. I'll just remove this uh, cumulative uh, cases as well, deaths as well. I'll go here and click on the shapes. I'll click on the shapes, and I'll drag this zone in the shape as well. Now we have 3 shapes, right? Green zone is circle, orange zone is square, and plus is my red zone. So now I'll go and make it as entire view so that it will be bigger, and I'll just drag, I'll just click on the shapes, and what I'll do is I'll go to my custom shapes, and I'll say that okay, if it's a red zone, then make it a alarm. I want this type of alarm. When it is an orange zone, then let's give the warning that there's a problem. And if I have a green zone, then yes, I'll give this type of shield that yes, you're fine. I click on this, you can see that we have this 3 shapes coming in. I can maybe put red first. I can drag this orange and then green. I can do something like this as well, which actually not matters much in this scenario. Now what I'll do, I'll go to sheet 1 again, which is my map, and I'll click on all. I'll go to the all. There is an option of tooltip. Tooltip is nothing but when I'm hovering, right? You see this white box coming in. This white box is nothing but a tooltip. All right. So I'll click on this tooltip, and I can insert the sheet. The sheet is sheet number 4, right? This is my sheet number 4. This is what I want to insert. So I click on this tooltip and click on this insert sheet 4. I can give some title as well. For example, zone of the country, something like this, right? And it will give me the zone it is. I can rename this also like cumulative case, cumulative death, something like this. So cumulative cases, and we have cumulative deaths, right? And if I want, I can just try to align it properly. So let's make it in the same line, and If you want, you can have a preview also, right? This is how it will look like. So Afghanistan is going ahead one. It's not in the line, so I can go back and click on the tooltip. I'll just have to adjust. Let me preview this. This looks fine in all line. I'll just write zone by country, and I will insert the sheet 4. And when I will do preview, this is how it will look like. Zones, zone by country, and so on. I click OK, and what I'll do, I'll go to the sheet 4, and I don't want this heading, so I'll just uh, remove this heading, undo, sorry, remove, hide the label. Yeah. And now if I go back to the tooltip and preview again, now it looks better. And click OK. And now when I'm hovering, you see, it is actually giving me the idea that India is a warning. Uh, this is green zone because the deaths are less, right? Because we created the chart based on deaths, so deaths are less. So because of that, Russia, with the more number of cases, still coming in the green zone. So that is how you're able to create this particular chart. And I have this line chart which talks about the new cases, and I have this animated line chart which talks about the new deaths. So how to create the zone? I just show you the calculate field. So I created the logic here. The logic is nothing but if cumulative deaths is more than greater than 30,000, then I am hard coding it as red zone. If it is between 10,000 and 20,000, then it is 10,000, 30,000, then it is orange zone. And if it is any number apart from that is green zone. So here we go, and this is my final dashboard. I'll create the dashboard basically, and animation I can do it again. Okay, I'll show you that again. So let me delete this. And for animation, on which field you want to do animation, right? That is important. So I want to do by day because every day my cases are increasing, right? So I want animation. So I'll drag this day out here in the pages. When you want the animation, then I drag that field here and I make it as day. So I'll go and click on this day. I'm interested in, I'll drag the day here also because I want it in my x-axis, and I'll have the total number of cases, let's say, right? So I'll make this as circle and I'll increase the size a bit, right? I'll reduce the opacity. I can give some borders, all those fancy things we can do. I can change the color. Let's say it's about new cases. Let me make it as green something, and I click on this. Here there is an option of show history. I click on the history because I want to show the past history. That's why it will come in, and maybe I go with a loop playback. I'll go with the full speed. These are the speeds: low, medium, full. I'll start clicking on this. You see, this is how the trend is going on. So I click on this and it's showing me only marks. I can go with both. So trail will give me the line type of thing as well. Right? So I can go with trail. I can go with both. Both looks good. So I'll go with both. And when I click on this, and it will show me the entire trend. Let's see if I can put the total number of deaths as well here. I can put the deaths here as well in the animation. And here also you see the animation. I can do the dual axis. Let's see whether it can be possible. Dual axis, and I have deaths and cases both. Let me go back and select the circles and start doing the animations. Let's see how it will work. So it is showing me both. It's moving both, right? It's showing me the deaths as well as, and also I have to do the synchronize axis because here the axis is still 12K. Here it is 180K. So I have to synchronize the axis to make it in the same scale. And let's start the animation again. Now it will make more sense. I click on this, start the animation, and let's see how it will be trending. You see, blue is like new number of cases, and orange is like the deaths. So again, I have to click on this and click on both, click on this dot, and start. So this orange is my total number of cases, sorry, deaths, and blue is my number of cases. So obviously deaths are less as compared to cases, which is logically making sense. And this is how the trend is going on. Right, so I see that both the things, how it is moving. So that is how animation can be done. This chart is created, and this chart, now I already created the new cases, so I don't want this chart, so I can very well remove it. And I have this main chart, which is like a map type of a chart. Now click on this button, which is a dashboard, which is helping me to create the dashboards. I click on this, and then I have the map, which is the main chart I have, and I can just move it legends out here. And I don't want this one, I can remove this, no problem. And I have this animation, so I can put this animation as well, right? And this is belong to animation, so I'll put it near to this chart. And this, if you want, I can put also. I normally don't like this legend, so I normally remove that. If you want, you can put that legends as well. And reduce the size a bit, reduce the size a bit of this also. This looks good. So here the dashboard is ready. I can give the name, and I can click on this dashboard title. I can give the title also, COVID-19 till date. Now till 21st, I want to make again dynamic. I want to change the date automatically as the data will change, right? So till, I will not do anything. I'll click OK as of now. I'll create one more sheet and drag this date in the text and make this as the day. And here I'll just filter on the latest date, right? The max date. Or I can create the calculated field also of a max date, and then we can go for that. So let's say I have current date, max of date. Let's see what we'll get. This is my current date. I'll just remove this filter. I'll remove this value. I'll drag it in here and make this as what value we're getting. 21, right? We'll get the value. So I'll just adjust the size because it's a lot of values out here. This is my date, 21st. It's taking the maximum date. I can format this. I don't want this date timestamp also, so I can just go and click on this drop down and make it as date. In place of date and time, I'll make it as date. You can see that now it is giving me the date, right? I can make this format. I'll make it as a bold. So I'll go here and increase the size a bit, make it bold, black, and view. Or I can actually do the alignment here at the right align like this. And I'll reduce this space, unnecessary space I don't want, so I'll just reduce this. And in the dashboard, I'll just click on this and then call insert sheet. No, it's not possible. That's fine. I'll go here, click on this floating, and then drag this sheet out here and hide the title. I don't want the title. I can just reduce the size, and here we go, till 21. I can change the font as per the size of this font. All those things can be done. So that is how I have this chart, and I'll just hide title. This is my map, or I can do some changes also. Let's make it automatic, and let's have this chart at the right side and this chart at the left side, so that it will be more clear like this. So those type of alignments can be done. That is also not a problem, right? So that is a very basic dashboard which we have created from the COVID data which I had in the CSV format, right? And the link is nothing but this link where you will get the data set. I already shared this link. I am sharing this again. So here is the link, and here is the software which you can download from. It's a free one, free software. You can download that. And this is about the small use case on the COVID data. Regarding the free data sets, there are a lot of public data sets available which you can use for your practice purposes. This is the link. All right. So thanks a lot, and hope to see you in some other session. Till then, take care, guys. Bye bye.